There you go people, this is part 2, if you are new here, then I would like to recommend part 1 for you, the link will be in the description. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon as the next part of this topic is coming on 20th of February. Tip number 3, get enough sleep. Another natural way to reduce stress is to make sure that you get enough, but not too much sleep. When we don't rest enough at the end of our day, our body can tense up and it leads to irritability and depression. And when we're irritable or depressed, we're stressed. On the other hand, that doesn't mean you should sleep for an incredibly long time. If you sleep longer than your body actually needs, then you can become sluggish and listless, which can also lead to stress when you're unable to meet deadlines, get through your personal to-do list, or simply feel down that you aren't being productive. Oversleeping can make you just as irritable and stressed out as not getting enough sleep. To determine just how much sleep your body needs, it's important to establish a regular sleep schedule, even on your days off. It will force your brain to go into shutdown mode at the same time every night, regardless of what you have planned for the next day. Once you make this change and catch up with your sleep, you'll find that you're less stressed, and overall, much happier. To establish a regular sleeping pattern, you'll just need to do a few things each and every day. First, you'll want to avoid any exercise about 2 to 3 hours before your scheduled bedtime. As mentioned earlier in this report, exercise creates endorphins that give us energy. And while that's a good thing, you want to give your body adequate time every night to wind down. You can take it a step further with a warm bath, too. Consider taking one with some essential oils an hour or so before bedtime. Vanilla and lavender are naturally calming scents, plus they complement each other very well. Another way to relax your body is with food. Try having a banana or two, or a handful of peanuts, or even a turkey sandwich about 3 hours before bedtime. These foods contain tryptophan, which after being consumed, creates melatonin, a hormone that makes us sleepy. But avoid eating too close to your bedtime, as doing so can cause heartburn and acid reflux. Getting the perfect night's sleep is an easy and natural way to keep stress at bay. Tip number 4, reduce caffeine intake. Many adults are self-professed caffeine addicts, and studies now show that coffee does come with some health benefits. But as with everything in life, moderation is key. For some people, caffeine may not be a good idea at all. Everyone has a different caffeine threshold, right? Some people can handle a lot, some just a little, and some not at all. It all comes down to your body's overall chemistry. Reducing your caffeine intake, be it in the form of coffee or other high-caffeinated beverages, is a natural way to reduce and relieve stress. Just as many of us need caffeine to function after waking up, too much can make us jittery and scatterbrained. If you'd like to try cutting back on your caffeine intake, it's important to do so in moderation. Caffeine can be addicting, and going cold turkey can lead to withdrawal symptoms. Try cutting back just 1 cup a day and see how you feel. Depending on the outcome, keep doing this until you find your threshold. Who knows, you may find that you don't need caffeine at all. Tip number 5, put yourself first. So many of us are afraid to say no when people reach out for help, advice and support, and by not considering whether saying yes is good for us, it can easily lead to incredibly high stress levels. Are you someone who often takes on more than you can handle? Are you a yes person? Are you finding yourself emotionally and mentally depleted because you give so much of yourself to others? Are you struggling through toxic relationships that don't add any value or happiness to your life? And being a yes person doesn't just apply to your personal life, but quite often, yes, people are the same way with their jobs or careers. They don't want to miss out on an opportunity, so they sign on for as many tasks or projects as possible. They're worried that they'll fall behind the competition, so they say yes to every marketing strategy or new course that pops up online claiming to help them enhance their business skills. Sometimes managers will reward hard workers with a higher workload output, assuming they will be motivated by the bonus despite any consideration as to whether they will be able to perform consistently at the required level. All of this often backfires, since people can only do so much before burning themselves out and depleting themselves of that creative energy and motivation to excel. Even if you're someone who thrives under pressure, the truth is, we all have a breaking point. If you find yourself in this situation, take a step back and look over your workload. Ask yourself what you can get done within a reasonable amount of time, and then discuss this with your manager, business partner, or simply yourself. Explain why taking on a heavier workload will cause your current one to suffer in quality. And if you work for yourself, consider restructuring your schedule and reducing your workload by getting rid of the tasks that you don't personally need to do. Learn to delegate or outsource. If you're a student who is constantly stressed out about your course load, then consider taking on a lighter one next semester, or if it's not too late, dropping one you're currently enrolled in but that you may not need. Or perhaps you're going to school full-time while also working full-time. Look at the benefits of going part-time, see if you can rework your budget and make it work. In the long run, these changes might require that you stay in school longer than you expected, or change your current living the situation, but your mind and body will thank you. Above all else, be selective with your overall workload and what favors you do for people. Prioritize what household chores need to be done, what bills must be paid right away, and know when to say no. If someone else is asking you for help, then chances are good they understand what it means to have too much on your plate. And that is a video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe as the next part is coming soon. Thank you.